What is up out there? How's everybody doing? You're tuning in to Sneaky on Recognition and Respect. I just spent 2 beautiful weeks in Mexico and I feel like my mind is still there. So if this podcast is not as smooth and if I'm not on my game as much, it's because, I'm still like chilling on a beach somewhere poolside. But we got some updates, a little housekeeping. I officially have some sponsors. Woo woo! This is episode 25, and I finally have gotten people to see the value in what we're doing here and the ability to reach out to all of you folks that tune in every week and who listen to the podcast online and who follow me on Instagram and Facebook and Twitter and really see that there is something happening here, something interesting, whether it's positive or negative or I'm good at it or, the guests are good or the guests are bad or the whatever's going on right here, it's something special and we've gotten responses. So, this episode is brought to you by Orchest. If you don't know Orchest, they are an instrumental, experimental metal band. It's like a beautiful kind of soundtrack to life. They are releasing a self-titled album this Sunday, October 21st. And it's going to be a big show at 1720 Warehouse with Dave Harley of Prayers. He's going to be doing a DJ set. And Courage, You Bastards will be supporting. I'll be there doing visuals because they are instrumental, so they do like trippy visuals that go with the music, and I'll be cueing it and like effects, and it's this big like experience. It's really about like this epic kind of. This podcast is also brought to you by Midnight Motives. If you haven't tuned into episode 24 with the Midnight Motives, they were our guests. They were my guests, and they have an album out now called Visions, and it's available anywhere where music is streamed: iTunes, Spotify, etc., etc. So listen to the podcast, listen to that episode 24, and go check out their album Visions. And last but not least, Night Flare Company. I know you've heard me mention them before. We have done shows in the past, but they're more than just a booking company. They're actually like a full multimedia production company that does everything from videos and flyers to booking and event production. One of their promoters, Alternative Shows LA, is having a Halloween costume show at the Epic Lounge on October 25th in the heart of downtown Downey. And for more info, visit them on Instagram at Alternative Shows LA, just the way it sounds. Spell it out just the way it sounds. And just some honorable mentions, some folks who are not sponsors yet, but we're working on deals, and I want to give them a shout out for being open to supporting what we have going on here and, keeping the vision alive. Shots Fired Battle Rap League. K Philosophy, my brother from San Diego, is going to be getting in on this. And Blue Line District, Demise Music LA, a lot of exciting stuff going on. Night Flare, Demise, and myself had a meeting this morning, and we got some big things happening next year. And the podcast, the after party, it's all going to be part of it. So stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. Continue to tune in because we doing the damn thing. Adventure time. I did just spend 2 weeks in Mexico, like I told y'all. And while I would love to tell you all the intimate details of all the cool stuff I did, it's a lot. So I'm actually going to make a vlog about it. So if you want to find out more about what I did in Mexico and my revelations and my, experiences and where I was at and what I was doing and what I saw and who I was with, subscribe to my YouTube channel. That's youtube.com/sneakiness. That's SHNEAKYNESS. So I told y'all I was gonna get back into vlogging. The fact that we're doing video broadcast here now makes it a lot easier to do splices and cuts. And a lot of people abroad in Mexico, YouTube is like how they get a lot of their stuff. So I told them I'd make a cool little video of my trip. I told y'all I'd get back to vlogging. I'm trying to keep all my commitments and promises to myself and to that I put myself out here to do. So yeah, let's get that done. Subscribe. I will be working on that this week, and I'll have it out before I head to San Diego this weekend. Um, as soon as I landed Tuesday night at 11:30 p.m. I was up the next morning at 6 o'clock to represent UC San Diego at my high school, Huntington Park High, and they were doing a college fair. When I was working for the university, I used to have access to materials, so I would rep UC San Diego. Um, the school has really changed. If you're listening and we know each other from high school and you went to HP High or got kicked out of HP High or left HP because it was whack, dude, they have turned that school around. There's like only 1,000 students now, and if you remember our graduating class, or like our class that tried to graduate, it was like 4,000. So they are on a traditional schedule, which means during the summer they're able to like clean and paint, take off gum, take off graffiti. The campus is really locked down now. You can't just walk in and off like we used to do when we were going to school there. And there's like a like a new generation of teachers and counselors that are really about creating a culture of success. And I met with the principal and the leadership teacher because SHNEAKY wants in on that. We're going to be talking about marketing and events on campus, talking about how to bring that entrepreneurial vision to campus, because at the fair it was like schools, community colleges, vocational schools, military, kind of the typical, right? Kind of what we've been trying to have people to do. So I really want to push, or at least try to create an influence of all these young beasts that we know that are starting businesses and running businesses and community based and really about trying to be progressive and stuff. So yeah, we're gonna work on that. I don't know what it's gonna look like. It might just start with me DJing their prom and sitting in on some leadership classes and trying to help them organize events and facilitate their visions. But essentially I want to have like an entrepreneur day where it's just like rows of vendors and business owners and people that doing their own thing, and that we can kind of show other paths. Something that really stuck with me, the principal was said that he wants these students to have dreams, and that we as representatives of universities or students that graduated and came back to like say that there is that path, we give them dreams. So I'm all about dreams, living the dream. So why not show them new dreams, have other dreams, like more avenues, more possibilities, right? School is not for everybody. Academics is not the only way to be successful. So, it'd be cool to open up different avenues. But I still love the fact that I went to school. I'm glad that I did it, and I get to go back this weekend and DJ for homecoming. Since we went to D1, they're trying to really build this sports culture. I mean, we're never gonna have football, but at least we could have a homecoming, So I'm a DJ. There's gonna be some games, lots of alcohol, which I'm just trying to be on the cleanse right now because I drank way too much in Mexico. But we'll see. Life happens, So it was go, go, go. Landed, did the college fair, try to make some contacts there. Then Thursday was Red Wedding Thursdays at the Hound Bar in Southgate. And it was a little slow. And I don't know if that's just because my marketing was off since I wasn't around and the Wi-Fi was not that good and yada, yada, yada. But it was slow, but I dropped ska. And I was able to actually start a little, had some peeps skanking and shit, so it was still lit. Had some friends come out, got drunk, had some people reunite that they knew each other when they were kids, and they were like, "Oh, what? You're here? Crazy!" So it's always nice to bring people together. And then we had Speakeasy, man, 1 year anniversary, and the after party was out there. We were doing a live broadcast, so if you tuned into that, thank you for watching. If you missed it, I will be hopefully getting that footage and able to cut it and edit it and show you some of the things that we were doing out there. We had Artists United to End Homelessness come by and talk about their event. And we had some of our performers, Chelsea and Semi, actually shared their experiences with homelessness and couch surfing and the non-existence of rent control and them not being good tenants on paper yet having all the abilities to pay. It was really moving, because like I said there, and I'll say it here, when I started that show, it wasn't just supposed to be a show. It was always supposed to be a way to bring people together and create a community that we could mobilize and create more spaces and create more sustainable sources of income for artists and entrepreneurs and people that are really trying to like do their passion. It sounds like I'm beating a dead horse, and I get shit for it all the time, that I'm always talking about quit your job and follow your dreams and yada yada yada. And you know what, man? Yeah, that's my that's my message. That's the Kool-Aid I'm selling. So if you want to drink the Kool-Aid, cool. If not, find yourself another cult. It's all right, man. I'm on this like I'm just trying to create something special that's gonna outlast me, and that the effects will be felt by generations, and that might be uh, conceited and unrealistic and very ambitious, but I'm all of those things. So it's a great embodiment of what I'm all about. So whatever. Um, but it wasn't without issues. Like it rained. I wasn't expecting it to rain. It rained. We had to call a whole audible on the show. I was freaking out. Um, had to do a vendor switch up for what may have been a misunderstanding on my part, but I work off of energy, man. I work off of vibes, and I really feel I trust my gut a lot, and I've had conversations with people how that's not a very smart way to gamble or to like live your life or run your business, and I agree with them. It's not, but that's my method. Like if I don't feel right about something, I'm gonna say it, and if I end up being wrong, I'm gonna admit that I was wrong. But at the beginning, like such a critical point right now where I got to be agile, and I can't really like wait around to find out if that bad feeling in my stomach was what I thought it was, because yeah, let's not get into that. I'm not trying to spread negativity. I'm over here trying to tell you that even though there was rain, even though there was vendor change, even though we had internet issues, we still broadcasted live. We still hit numbers at the bar that are decent compared to past shows that actually could like line up with great weather and great lineups. We had an amazing lineup. We had an amazing time. I had a lot of fun. I was up and down. I was super busy, but I feel like it was planned well enough that even though we had to switch stuff around, things still ran pretty smooth. We got the whole lineup, got to perform. Secret guests. I performed. We had interviews, and we got to promote the radio station, and Brittany was in the house, and Montana was in the house, and Gina was in the house, and I can't remember what are our homies' name? Brandon and Hunter P. They were in the house because they have a show on here, comedy show, hilarious. And they were cracking jokes like, we know who you are, Ryan. We seen you on the after party. Like, I was like, these guys, hilarious. So it was dope. Not without issue, but problem solvers, resilient, just made it happen. And I'm thankful for everybody who came out. Um, it's honestly a testament to what we've been trying to create, that even in the rain, we had a taco stand outside selling plant-based tacos, which Montana loved, and she don't even like plant-based nothing. She's like, vegan what? But she was all about it. We had 2 rooms. We hit almost 1,500 at the bar. It's like we were able to, it's like it was the strength of the community, even in the rain. People came out. People rocked out, and it was beautiful, man. Because honestly, like as an event organizer, as an artist, as a person in general, like you always want shit to crack. Like everybody wants shit to crack, you know. When it started raining, I had to pull in all the equipment out of the rain before it got wet, and I had to like sit there and think like, yo, shout out Sesh for holding me down, Sesh Studio, because honestly, I was like literally like losing my. She's like, don't worry, bro, it's gonna be cool, everything's gonna be all right. And I don't know if he believed that, and everything was definitely not gonna be all right, but like just the fact that he was there to tell me all that stuff really chilled me out. But yeah, busted audible, pulled in all the equipment from the rain, figured out how we're gonna do it, put together little posts to let people know it's still going down. The rain can't stop us, nothing can stop us. And people were texting me like, "Yo, is it still gonna happen?" Yeah, like, are you? And I was like, "Yes, yes, it's still going down. It's nothing can stop us." That was my motto for the night. Nothing can stop us. Oh man, it was dope. I had a great time, and everybody who was there had a great time. And there's a lot of footage and photos and a lot of stuff going on the internet that I'm gonna be regramming, reposting from my Instagram. So if you're not following me yet on Sneaky ENT, please do. It's where I post up all event stuff so that my personal profile can look really pretty and not have a bunch of flyers on it. So yeah, Speakeasy was lit. We also had a Jameson rep there passing out samples. And thank you, Rafa, for doing that. And we're going to be in touch, my boy. What else do I got here? On Saturday, I DJ'd Indie Brewery's Oktoberfest. And let me tell you, dog, that shit was crazy. Like, I've never seen indie like that. Like, 2 bars, giant cups, because you could bring your own cup and fill it up with German beer for $5. And it was like, people were just walking around with these giant mugs. And I was dropping the most random, craziest music because I guess, like, Country Roads and John Denver's Country Roads is a big thing in Oktoberfest. So I was dropping it like every hour on the hour, which I hate dropping the same song twice. Like, it's not really my thing as a DJ. I always try to drop new tracks, you know, but this was like a strict request, like every hour. Yeah, I did that for like 2 or 3 hours, but after that it was, and then I had people coming up to me requesting like, "Hey, are you taking Oktoberfest requests?" And I was like, that was one of the first times that I was super like welcoming of requests, because I'm like, man, fuck your requests, but this is like, I was like, I don't know, Oktoberfest, I don't really know, never been to one, but I had people coming up like, this is a good Oktoberfest song, play it, and I was like, da-da-da-da. Had Wi-Fi right there, yeah, all right, YouTube, getting down with the YouTube. I bought a poetry book from my homegirl Alex. Haven't read it yet, but looking forward to it. And yeah, indie. I've never seen indie like that, and I'm hoping for them to become a sponsor of the show, because it'd be cool if we could have like a little indie can right here, some beer, and I could drink it and talk on about it, how good it is, because I like their beer. But yeah, shout out Oktoberfest. And then we did the East Los Art Walk, Dia de los Muertos, and honestly, I don't know if it's just because I'm so happy to be back in LA, or if it really is that all these events that we did back to back, other than Red Weddings, all the events this past 4 days were like the best that I've seen. Like the art walk, it was already starting to feel like, yo, this is starting to be a drag. Like people don't really come out, not really making sales. And then, we've been seeing vendors kind of drop off, and then there was just like this big explosion, boom, lots of people, lots of kids, lots of families, people trying to like really spend, buying shirts, and it's all about consistency, yo. We lose, we take 3 L's, and we still go back and we get that W on the fourth time. Sometimes that's what this business is, like, but it was dope. Community stuff. Freaking winos out there getting down, people dancing. I dropped some banda for my boy Ray, and I actually had people like, I was like, oh man, what have I done? He's like, be careful, dog. All the homies are gonna show up right now. And then afterward, we went to Young Mrs. event, Regulate, which is a weekly, it's a weekly showcase, you know. And honestly, I'm always wary of those showcases because you always feel like it's just gonna be a bunch of like rappers rapping for rappers. But I was actually surprised there was like people there that were not artists and were really trying to like hear new music and underground folks and like discover new shit. And I got to network with some peeps who gave me some good advice and like like try to connect me with some folks who can really help me get my music heard by more people. And it's a testament that you got to be willing to try new things, or even if you have like a bad perception of something, sometimes give it another shot with a different attitude and see how it works out. Because honestly, like, you just never know what kind of opportunity you're gonna get, or who you're gonna run into, or who's gonna be listening. Or I ran into Azova the chemist. Remember the homie came to the radio station. We used to like he booked me for shows back in 2013, and honestly, like, yeah, the last time I saw that cat was here at the radio station because he was like talking about getting a show here, and then I see dude, over there. So it's kind of like, okay, you gotta be in the right places, you gotta be putting yourself in those places to keep running those people so they recognize you and they want to like, they see you're busy. I got new stickers out, so if you're into stickers and you're trying to support the movement, I got like new designs out, new branding. I'm gonna be going around. You'll be seeing me up in the arts district, all around places. I'm gonna be putting my stickers. I'm gonna be a vandal. I put stickers up all over Puerto Vallarta. That shit was. I was with my mom, and she was like totally supportive about it. And I was making a joke like, oh, I don't know if this is what you meant when you wanted me to make my mark, but here it is. But it's cool, man. Mexico is dope. I don't want to get too much into it because I want to save a lot for the vlog, but some key takeaways are that like my family over there, even though we haven't like grown up together, we're really similar. Like my cousins who are around my age, there's something in our DNA or in our upbringing or whatever that like drove us to be business people, and really really influenced how we interact with the world and how we approach relationships and business and friendships and all that. So um, I got to experience a lot of like family, like a missing connection almost, where there's like, oh, you meet this family and it's like, oh yeah, we're family. Like there's something in our blood that makes us like boil the same way. And so yeah, that's a big takeaway. Another big takeaway is that like for all the drinking that I do here, I don't drink like they drink in Mexico, yo. They they party, dog. They party hard, and they party like for a long time and consistently, and it's not my style. Ever since I really started taking the business serious, and I'm always constantly out DJing and performing, like I try not to get too fucked up because I'm usually the one driving or transferring equipment, or I gotta be the one to break down the show after. So I really try to like not get that fucked up. And yeah, we partied hard, and I'm trying to like be on a cleanse now. But that didn't really work with this crazy weekend I had. But that was my adventure time. Like I said, we got sponsors now. Shout out Orchest for coming out with their self-titled album. This Sunday will be at 1720 Warehouse with Dave Harley of Prayers doing a DJ set, and Courage You Bastards opening up. Midnight Motives Visions available on Apple Music and Spotify, and Night Flare Company really coming through this month. Really, not only do they handle multimedia, videos, flyers, booking shows, all of that, but they also get bands a lot of opportunities. And so if you're wondering why we have this set up, it's because I'm about to bring some guests out. They are a band that I met through Night Flare, and they're called Soundwave Empire. And we're going to start off real simple. We're just going to go around and say your names and what you do in the band.
I'm Benny Martinez. I play guitar and vocals.
My name is Chris. I play guitar and I do some vocals as well.
Leonardo Hernandez. I play drums for Soundwave Empire.
Awesome. So there's a bass player, I'm guessing, who's not here?
We actually don't have a bass player.
Really?
Yeah. We usually have fill-in guy his name is Edgar Rose. Much love to him. So.
Oh, I know Edgar.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so
we were in a band together a long time ago.
I love that guy. Every time I'm around him, it's just crazy moments. He's how goofball he is.
Yeah, he's definitely a little
he brings
goofy.
that very.
It's a levity. There's like a light energy to him, like very bright, and he's always like smiling. Like,
yeah,
what's up, guys?
There's never a dull moment when you're playing with Edgar. So I love that guy.
Where are you guys from? Like, what city do you rep as a band? Where do you practice? What's your home base? Like,
we really don't rep any place, I guess. We're all from different places.
All right, well,
you two guys more than anything.
I try to rep what's around me. Paramount, Southgate, Downey,
I guess.
Norwalk.
Yeah.
And, I'm from Maywood, so.
Maywood in the house?
Maywood up to no good.
LA area, that's about it, right?
Yeah, LA.
All right.
There's nothing better than repping LA. Huh?
So southeast LA is
Pretty much.
It's pretty.
Yeah,
you're part of the Stella movement that's going on right now. Whether you like it or not, I just claimed you. Thanks. So
Yeah.
we were talking about this on mic, and I stopped you. So we're gonna get into it right now. So how many years have you been playing? And is there like an origin story? Like how many years have you playing together? If you want to also talk about your own personal, I'm just wondering. Like you mentioned, it was a side project of a So is this? Tell me a little bit about how that all works out.
Well, it all started with the radioactive spider, and
And you became Peter
yeah.
Parker. Yeah. How's that great? With great power comes great responsibility.
So what happened was that I had hit up David to play a show because I'm in a band with him.
Yeah, so I'm guessing it begins with them two before I come in the mix.
Oh, yeah. I've known him since high school, and I'm, 25? He's 26, so how long ago was that?
Classic high school friend start a band origin story.
Yeah, that's how it was.
I like where this is
we
going.
had matching tattoos.
We had started a band with a similar name in high school, and we actually what happened was that there was a little fallout, and then when
shit happens.
shit
It
just
is what it
happens.
is.
You know what? When you're working with like a lot of people in anything, shit's always gonna happen.
Exactly. And we're all immature and stuff at the time, so.
So I had hit up David.
I have hair on my ass now, so we're good.
I had hit up David to play a show, and it was just basically me by myself with the songs I wrote, and then I hit up Chris, Leo, and Edgar see if they wanted to help me to accompany me, and we were just like, oh, cool. And while practice, he goes, man, hey, are we gonna start something? It's pretty good.
I'm like, don't be blue balling me, man.
You busted like that insecure move. Like, hey, what are we? Are we a band now? Or?
He was just using me, man.
Yeah, so Leo,
at least it's only music, and it's not like anything more important than that.
Let's go with that,
And Leo, I'm in a band with them too as well, and I love this guy. From the first day I met him, like he's a great worker. He puts in the time and effort to get shit right and to make sure everything's perfect the way it's supposed to be. And I know that he plays guitar for the other band. He's guitar and vocals for the other one. And I know that he plays drum, and I'm like, dude, I need you in the drums, man. You fucking hit that shit hard, and I need that.
Hit
I
it
don't
hard.
try to, man. It's my big old hand.
You are a big person,
Yeah.
and there's nothing wrong with that, man. Big people. I'm all about big people.
Oh.
So, let's get a little bit more personal. How many years have you been doing music? Just because I'm interested in all this.
I'm gonna start from where I started taking piano at ELAC back in the day when it was like bungalows.
Yeah.
I was 6 years old. Then I just did like one semester of that. Then I think 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade I played trumpet for the orchestra at Nueva Vista Elementary.
Okay.
And then around that time, I had 5th grade. I really wanted to play drums, and I wanted to play the snare drum because I'm like, that kid's so cool. And my teacher, Miss Carr, was all like, "You're my best trumpet player. You're crazy." No, and I'm like, man. But I would sneak away to like the storage room, and I would like start beating the snare because I'm like, I want to play drums. And then I didn't do any instruments throughout like middle school. Then high school, going into it, you know, my parents got me a drum set. I was always working, like, you know, with my dad's company. So, like, you know what? Yeah, man, like, we don't really pay you, but you want a drum set? Cool. Got a drum set.
Child labor law.
And
and
then discuss this, man.
started drumming, just kind of learned by ear. And my buddy, actually, who was in my other band, he's the one that taught me how to play guitar. He told me, like, he's like, look, here's how you got to look at it. And then I found a guitar that they gave my brother like ages ago. He never touched it, and I was like, okay, learned how to play, and go figure. The first song I want to learn is Metallica's "Fade to Black."
Classic.
Impossible, especially as a learner, as a new beginner. And then from there, I started drumming. I was introduced to like death metal, like in the 11th grade. So then I could already play like 16ths on the bass drum, like double up. But then blast beats were like, what? I gotta learn that.
Yeah, double pedal type stuff.
Gravity rolls, and so I was really into playing death metal for a while.
But more like the technical side, it sounds like. You were like really about, not necessarily
then,
like the loud part.
That's one
but
thing
like,
about Leo is he's very technical. The technicality in this guy is just sometimes overwhelming, but
I bet.
I like to compliment what these guys do on guitar. Like, you know, if let's say he does a little bend here, I want to incorporate like a splash or something to, you know, kind of broaden the sound. And then I just kind of went into I started playing slower, more beachy type stuff, which I was like, man, it's harder to play slow than it is to play fast. And
it's like riding a bike. You gotta keep that momentum, man.
Then now, you know, with them, slowed it down. I like playing a lot of like dancey stuff and surprisingly a bunch of like reggaeton style type music. So yeah, my neighbors will hear that, but in my head it's like 5 different songs playing. And yeah, like as far as musical stuff goes, I mean, I work a lot on the piano. I work at a bunch of different schools, and every school has a piano, so I just kind of go play and practice throughout the day there. And yeah, man, that's pretty much it. I mean, right now, as far as musical stuff goes, that I'm learning on my own is I'm trying to learn how to do the heel toe method so that I could play like really high BPMs, just for like death metal for my own pleasure, not for any band or anything. I just want to get better at a technique.
That's dope.
Yeah.
And how about you?
Let me add first by saying, man, the way this guy plays guitar, man, oh my God, it just makes you fall in love.
Do you think so?
Yeah.
You hear that, ladies? Be careful. He might make you fall in love with him.
I was in love when I first heard it. Trust me, in high school, I was like, I need to make music with this guy.
I thought I was transitioning to
it was
transitioning him.
It wasn't just the music that he wanted to make. All right.
Growing up, there was a kid. His name was Brian. He used to live down the street, and he used to play drums. I used to love watching him play drums. I used to just sit in his garage and watch him. I'd be like, hey, let me play drums, man. And I'd play all shitty. And I always wanted to be a drummer. Always, really? Man. I always wanted to be a drummer.
And y'all didn't even know?
No, he never told me.
Missionary respect.
My truth's coming out.
Find out here.
This guy's a mystery, man. He's a mystery.
Respect, you know?
He's like, I don't want you touching my guitar, bro.
I live in this really small house, a 2-bedroom, no garage or nothing. And there's nowhere to put a drum set. So I was like, what's the next best thing? And I was like, let me ask for a guitar. So I got a guitar. Never touched it because I wasn't really interested in it.
You just got it just to get it.
I was just like, well, I want to play an instrument, but, you know, that's not a drum set. So it was elementary school. I was 11. I remember. There was this kid playing acoustic guitar, and he was playing this Green Day song. I think he was playing Wake Me Up When September Ends. And I was like, that looks pretty easy. I was like, could I give it a shot? He was like, all right. So I pick it up, and, like, I play it. And I played kind of shitty, but I did it, you know? And I was like, it ain't that hard, huh? So I went home, and I heard about Ultimate Guitar, and I was like, let's do this. And then from there on forward, I just fell in love with the guitar. And I started picking up other instruments and whatnot. When I was 14, I learned how to play the saxophone. And I was pretty good at that. And I did that for a year. And I didn't continue with that just because.
I want to add a sexy saxophone.
I can do that.
Lick in our
I can do that. I just need to buy one.
Bring the sax back, dude. Bring it back.
Pick it up a little bit so we can hear you better.
And
yeah, there we go. So saxophone?
So saxophone, I did that. That was pretty cool. But that's where I met George when he played drums and we started playing and stuff. And then once I kind of found myself and what kind of style of music I like playing and learning and stuff, I started writing music.
On the guitar.
On the guitar.
Okay, I wasn't sure if you were like on some like Careless Whisper saxophone type.
I
I wasn't sure if you were the saxophone guy. I don't know. Like, come on, man.
Dude.
And I just started writing, and I just started writing about what every freaking teenager goes through in high school and stuff. And I started learning how to play the piano as well.
Oh wait, that wasn't everybody.
So like, just from what I'm hearing from both of you is that like you guys are like multi-instrument, like real kind of musicians, right? Like, I mean, because you get a lot of people that are bands, like they play one thing.
Gee. So I'm not a real musician.
I haven't got to you yet, bro.
You know,
Damn, is he always this sensitive?
Yeah, low
Yeah.
key.
Okay.
You know, I've always wanted to learn how to play the violin, and I'm like, it is just such a classic instrument. And
It's romantic.
yeah, I don't know where to begin with that.
All right. Well, I want you to start playing the violin because I'm pretty sure you could do it. And then when we come, I'm gonna bring you back on when you're like doing a violin project, and that'll be great. But I don't want this guy to feel bad. So
thanks.
Okay, well.
he is the main guy. You know, we had to wait for this guy because you're kind of the brain behind this thing. These are your songs, so let's get into your story. And is this the only project you have? You're in a band with him, right?
Yeah,
so this was your chance to like.
This is actually my baby project because the one I'm with him is his baby, and
So you guys are having babies together. That's so
Yeah.
cool.
yeah, we have babies
The only
together.
babies I got, man.
So as he said, we played in high school. I met him in high school along with George, and one thing that clicked for me when I touched the guitar, it was because of my cousin. My cousin, he's actually a drummer, but he's multi-talented as well. He plays many different instruments. And when I heard him play guitar, I was like, I want to play that. So like I was just jamming to, Newfound Glory, to Hawthorne Heights, because he was into that stuff. So I was like, I love this stuff. I met him. He introduced me to a world of like ambience and angels and airwaves and just soft rock that just gets you.
that quality,
Feeling,
that
dude.
quality stuff.
Yeah, and-
Screamo shit.
yeah. So
still
that's
like
the
that
first thing
too.
he said. Like, so you listen to that screamo shit, huh? I'm like,
That
fuck,
emo
man,
music?
That emo music.
Hey man, nothing wrong with that, bro. I'm all about that emo shit, but
And I was like, fuck, man, fuck you.
like I'm emo.
And then, and so one time I was playing. I had listened to an Angel and Airways song before. It was The Adventure, obviously, and I was playing it. And he comes along with some dude, and he's like, I like the way you play that song. And I was like, yeah? I was like, yeah. It's like, cool. And then it turns out that we had a class together. Next year, we have a class together. And I'm like, Chris, what's up? It's like, hey.
Is that anatomy?
Yeah, Anatomy, the one where he's got in trouble in.
Yeah.
And we were just like, fuck it, let's just jam out one time. It was him, myself, and George, and we were just like, we clicked. What we wrote was very, natural, and everything we played was just, it came together perfectly. And he was actually the one that taught me how to like read notes or like use notes to when writing a song.
Oh, so I was right. You
cut
were the
vertically
real
and not
musicians.
yeah,
And
they're the real musicians. I don't do shit. No, but
no, so tell me like what or who do you feel like you make your music for? Like who do you think your target audience is?
I honestly, my target audience is everyone. I want people to feel like they could relate to the music. I want people, when they hear it, they just like, fuck, I know what this guy's going through, or fuck, I know I'm going through this, or it's just something that's relatable to everyone, to know that they're not alone is what we all try to like aspire. We try to show people like, hey, what you went through is what we gone through as well. We want to help you out, and I hope our music will one day help you out, and to see that you could also change and you could be better than what you were.
All right. It's an ambitious goal, and I'm all about ambitious stuff. I don't know if you heard my intro, but I'm trying to change the world too. So, I feel like we're in it together.
Fuck yeah, you have to change the world for the better, and that's one thing that not a lot of people try to do anymore. I want to show the world how beautiful it is, not ugly. I don't want it to
Right.
show the. So what if like you see such little bad things here and there? It's like it's still beautiful. Live your life,
So you're currently recording an EP right now?
Mm-hmm.
What's that process like?
Stressful.
Are you still it's still all the songs that you wrote,
No,
or
well,
are they starting to like contribute to the process now?
so what it is now is it's an actual full-on team work now. We add our own taste and our own selves into each song.
So that first project that you asked them to play for you on, like, are those
That was
songs?
just on
That's
my
all
end.
And
scrap now,
are they?
huh?
They're
That's
not
all-
part of this new stuff now.
No, now it's just on
Hey.
you.
I do like that stuff though.
Yeah.
I like it a lot, but
You know
writing
what
differently,
though?
yeah.
That says a lot about you, bro. I feel like that shows how like not ego you are to
No,
be
and
like,
that's-
hey man, like that's cool. Those were my things, but this is new. Like I like that. I like that about.
And
that
that's
story.
one thing I told him. Like, hey, this is gonna be a full team commitment. Like, I don't want no bullshit. Like, I want everyone to have their part. I want everyone to like do something. I want people to know that this is not only my project, but your project and Chris's project and Leo's project. It's something that we've come together and we put our time, we put our money, we put ourselves in this project that we just like, oh, this is us. So when you hear it, you hear us and not.
It's
some-
basically a musical diary of our lives.
Yeah,
basically.
musical diary.
So you all contribute to the lyrics as well and the stories and.
Pretty much everything at this
Yeah.
point.
Like,
Yeah, it's-
I won't lay anything. I have an idea on something that I do, like on the drums, based off of something they would give me, and I'm not like I'm gonna do it this way because I'm Leo and I'm the drummer. It's like no, I'm like let me know what you guys think. Can we modify it? What can we do to make it better?
And it goes the same with it goes the other way too, where it's like, what if you add this part, or you do this with the guitar and this
You
part,
know,
or
or
you know, you
arrange
sing the lyrics
this.
like that, or so it's all everyone kind of contributes and puts their 2 cents into the whole thing.
The next song that we're working on is actually one that he wrote, and it's one of my favorites that he's written, and it's just very.
Strip clubs. Yeah.
So yeah, it's
It's,
very
it's
fun.
very strip clubs.
It's very fun.
No, it's called strip clubs.
It's called
I
strip
know,
clubs,
but
but
the way it sounds
it's
is
it's
very
it's
The
basically
whole song, right? The whole song was made in the premise of doing whatever you want to do and just living your life, and no matter what anybody tells you, just do whatever makes you happy.
it's
That's
just
what the whole song's about.
it's the
basically.
message we're trying to show the world. So
Yeah.
that's why I love that song. It's just it shows what we're trying to tell them, or you listen to what we're trying to make you listen to.
That's well, I mean, if you can't just say it, you got to be about it, right?
Yeah.
Don't
Yeah.
just talk about it, be about it. So.
Do what you want to do. That's why we all have different personas and we dress different and we do what we want.
So is the plan to ever get, like, what's the 5-10 year plan? Like, do you plan to add a bass player, or are you just gonna keep freelancing folks?
I'm against the bass player thing, and I've been against it for a while now.
The truth comes out.
Yeah, the truth comes out. No, but
and you heard it here first, folks.
what it is that this our
The dynamic.
the dynamic of
It works.
It works, yeah,
Yeah,
it
it
works.
works.
It definitely works.
So you write the bass parts and then just tell someone else
Yeah.
what to play.
Pretty
Pretty
much.
much.
What? I play the
Well,
bass.
like he does the bass parts, or if someone has
yeah,
an idea or
everybody
whatever.
plays
But
the bass.
but like basically, I don't feel like we need it just because I don't need another problem. I guess because you were talking about like with so much people, there's so much problems and there's so many heads like clashing and whatnot, and I just feel like we're at a good place with us three to where like maybe we shouldn't bring someone to like mess it up. Like we just have a feeling. It's not like our music goes around what the bass is doing or anything like that. Like it's more of our message, and how we showcase it.
Historically speaking, when have you ever had a bass player say, "I'm the man, I'm the face of the band"?
Hey, All American Rejects, Paul McCartney.
But the
Okay,
Beatles
I'm
aren't
like,
very
wait a
good,
minute.
man.
I was like, wait.
All American Rejects,
Okay,
man, the lead
that
singer.
dude.
Slash,
I said something, I was
slash,
like, I was like,
All American Rejects.
McCartney? What-
comma,
I don't know the lead singer of
comma.
All American Rejects' name, right? I don't know his
okay.
name.
Tyson something, yeah.
Yeah, but he's a bass player.
Oh, but he's a singer too, man.
Yeah, that's why.
That's different.
Who's the singer in this band? You two guys.
He has a point. So, plan for the future, no bass player, but definitely putting out EP, trying to play shows, I think.
Definitely.
So this is your chance to ask the world to
Yeah,
book
if you
guys.
need a band to play, we're open right now.
Maybe
We
you
do
should tell them what kind of genre that they're...
quinceañera music, No, we're alternative rock. We yeah, I don't know what
Anybody
it
who
calls
wants
it.
to take us.
Yeah, anyone who
It
Japan?
would be
that's a dream
a lot of
mine.
it. If you hear the instrumentation, I guess the way it's arranged, it's like something. If you change the instruments, it would be like a score for a movie. It's broad and epic, for lack of better words. A lot of what I think was when we write, it's like we have so many things we could put together. And it's like, but there's only 3 of us, man. I'm like, I don't want to overproduce something to where there's
that's
a
my
billion
problem.
instruments on a backtrack and only 2 guitars and drums live. So that's like our biggest problem is that we want to have like the organ there. We want to have a huge string section.
But you don't want to have more problems.
So we strip it to the basic guitar, bass.
We can have that, but then we gotta get musicians for hire now.
Yeah, you gotta pay them. Which is like hard.
And that's my problem because I love instruments. I love when you put them together and they make such a big atmospheric sound, and it's just amazing.
You're probably gonna have to like do this like looper project where you're like playing everything and then
like
playing
everything.
Oh, dude, I bought a looper too, by the way.
Oh, there you go.
You heard it here first, folks. All right. Well, are there any other things that you see yourselves doing in the next 5 to 10 years, like as a band? Like, what's like? Is there a big concert? Like everybody wants to play Coachella. Is that also a goal for y'all? Is there a big festival, or is there somewhere that you want, or someone you want to open for?
My biggest dream was actually to play Warped Tour, but now that's gone.
Yeah,
my heart's broken.
Tears.
I just want to play music for a living.
Yeah, that's what I want as
That's
well. To make a comfortable living, just play music and doing what you love. I
don't need to be a millionaire or anything.
I
just don't want to work 8 to 5 anymore.
What country do you live in that you work from 8 to 5? How American
America?
is that? Oh, you got your hour lunch, huh?
Guys, cold-blooded American.
But what is it? I would really love to play in Asian countries, preferably Japan.
Yes.
That'd be dope.
Just because going off of the style of music that we write here, it's and the few times I've watched like anime or Japanese cinema stuff like that, I'm sorry if I sound ignorant because I don't know what the styles are.
Right.
But cool cartoons. Like the music that we write, it's like, man, that's like.
Are you talking about like the intros for Naruto?
I love anime. I'm a big anime fan.
And then like the other like stuff that we write, like people are like, did you write this for a video game? And it's like, no, it just wrote it for us. And so I'm like, I wonder if like
there might be a market for that.
There might be a market for that, yeah. Because I was like, man, that's our demographic right there, man. It sounds like we're playing video game music.
Well, talk to me off air. I might be able to get your stuff to some people.
Awesome.
I would also say start making merch. Because even if you can't pay to get played, if you can't pay to play, maybe someone will buy your merch because they fuck with you and they want to support you. Those are alternative sources.
We definitely have a bunch of designs ready to be made to merches.
So I can get you on some printing too.
Oh, sweet.
Heard it here first. All right, we're getting to the 5-minute mark. Do we have a song of theirs that we're going to play right now? Okay. Do you want to tell them the name of the song? What's it about? Or just let them hear it, whatever. It's up to you at this point.
This song was the first song we wrote as a band. The first song I presented to them. The song's called Scream, and it's basically about fuck this shit. I just want to live my life. That's basically what the song is about.
When you say it was the first song you presented to them, it's after you scrapped all that.
No.
Or was this one of the ones that survived the?
This is the one that survived.
I wrote this and I want you to play for it, and then they added it.
This song.
It changed so much from what he showed it to me.
Okay, so you had your input.
Instrumental part.
Yeah.
I'm right here.
Tell them, dog. Tell these fools.
Whatever.
All right. Well,
there was a piece there that's like a mistake, but it was so good that we kept it in because it was like,
and we won't tell you where it's at, so you guys can figure that out.
Yeah.
You see, Mom, not all mistakes are bad. You see? Shoot, I'm not talking about me. I'm talking about my brother. I was the plan child. Boom, 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 boom. All right, you've been tuning in with Sneaky, recognition and respect. Follow the Soundwave Empire. Y'all have IG,
Facebook
all that.
and Instagram.
Yeah.
And
Instagram is just Soundwave Empire.
Soundwave Empire, yes.
Yeah,
Soundwave Empire.
Awesome.
All right, and tune in next week,
us.
8 to 9. And whenever y'all have a new project you want to come promote,
sure,
just hit
definitely.
me up and I'll
Awesome.
bring you back, man.
Thanks, man.
Thank you,
Appreciate
I
it.
should call you tomorrow. I'll be like, hey,
Hey, bro, we have another song. No, all right.
All right, go.
It was been a lot of fun, man.
All
right,
Thank
thanks
you
for having us.
Yeah, thank you for having us.
All right, Brittany, take us out.
alone, living a life I've always known, taking a step, taking a shot through it all. I've been and break and bruised all over, broken and bloody at my corner. I'm ready to fist, I'm ready to fight, I'm ready to take down what's inside. I'm hanging on a noose, and I just wanna scream, scream my lungs out, and I just wanna breathe and find a way out. No more mercy, no more favors, no more cry from my stupid fingers. I don't want this, I just want to live. I traveled so far, far too long. It's hard to feel, but I know I am strong. And everywhere I go, it just seems there's no place to call my own. And everything I do, it just seems to break apart. I'm hanging by a noose, and I just wanna scream,